Hi Gemini, welcome to How I Love Tarot. I'm looking at 4 different areas of your life in this general reading. I'm looking at the present position to validate that this is your reading, the strength, the courage, and the challenge, and what's good in the outcome. Spirit, may I please have the present position for Gemini. What will validate this reading for Gemini? Thank you. May I please have the strength for Gemini? Which way? Upright. Thank you. May I please have the challenge for Gemini? Thanks. May I please have the what's good in the outcome for Gemini? What can they expect? What will help them to make the decisions they need to make? What will motivate them and inspire them? Spirit, may I please have the outcome? Thank you. Okay, Gemini, let's take a look at what's going on here. We have so I pulled your oracle before, otherwise my shuffles take too long. So the what's showing up in the present position is beauty in the oracle card. Spirit, bring it forward. What's going on here with beauty? I have a form which is divine. I allow what is within to shine. Then we have Page of Swords in the outcome. Sorry, the present position. And we have the Queen of, well, we have the Nine of Pentacles. Spirit, bring it forward. What's going on for Gemini? I have a form which is divine. I allow what is within to shine. Let's take a look here. Spirit, bring it forward. Why beauty? Why the Page of Swords? Why the Nine of Pentacles? It looks like you're about to come into a time period here, Gemini, where things that you have sown for a long period of time, like seeds that you have sown for a long period of time, are going to begin to form. Now, it's going to create stability, but in the process of creating that stability, what it feels like is that you're having to go inward to really understand and focus on the positive rather than the challenges that you may be facing in your current situation. Here in the Page of Swords, what we have is this speaking your truth. There are new ideas. It looks like there is, it looks like you've come across some recent challenges that you have recently overcome. As you move forward, there's a curiosity in regards to what is in your path for you to try now. It's not as if you want to take a situation and reinvent the wheel, right? So I feel here what we have is a thirst for knowledge, new ways of communicating, but there's a restlessness within your spirit because we have this mental energy that you're thinking a lot about how to move forward authentically, and also how to express yourself in a way that doesn't get you left behind in the fray. It feels like your focus has been on lots of other things, lots of other people, when I say lots, right, if you're in a family, just having one child is lots, right? So because that child, your life is about that child or children and not about you anymore. So you're coming back into a time period of your life where the word yes is important. Never had that in a reading before, but there you go. The word yes, saying yes to things is important. The fruits of your labor, rewards, luxury, self-sufficiency, financial independence is where you are focused right now. Now, it does feel as if you're requiring a lot of strength. There's something that may need to be completed here. There is a great deal of self-sacrifice that has gone on here in the Nine of Pentacles. So in order for others to benefit, you are almost, what it feels like is losing yourself a little bit. I want to go into the challenge here, because Spirit brings me forward in explaining the present position. They bring me forward to the challenge, which is in the Oracle card, confidence. So by earth and air, water and fire, let my confidence take light, burn higher. So there's been a lot of internal conflict. There's been a lot of internal lack of balance. It feels as if you pour your energy into things that are external, because what you need internally has not been happening for a while. That's what it feels like in the challenge. And so here, what it feels like in the challenge in the Seven of Swords is kind of this feeling of taking, how do I want to put it, kind of taking your happiness where you can take it, and trying to taking lemons and making lemonade out of it. And so there's a lot in the challenge in regards to feeling, rethinking an approach, keeping your internal feelings to yourself, those struggles, and a feeling of having to do what is needed despite how you feel about something. So that's that's kind of tied in. Your challenge and your present position are tied in here. So let's take a look at the strength. So what we have in the strength that came up was 22, right here, 22 at the top of the card, and safe travels. Keep me safe and let me roam far away, but bring me home. Spirit, bring it forward. What's going on here in safe travel? So what we have you doing here is it looks like you have some travel coming up here. And I want to say it's in the next 18 months. It feels like there's going to be quite a bit of travel, Gemini. And that could be because of work, job, family. Doesn't matter what context it's in. I do feel like the next 2 years are an extensive amount of travel for you. Some of it has to do with making sure that things are okay. I also see travel here in regards to, Spirit just said going home, and also to better yourself. So in the strength position, the safe travel is coming out in regards to family. It's coming out in regards to yourself, and into perhaps doing some type of coursework or workshop or something like that that requires travel. But I do get it over the next 2 years, right? So I do feel like the next 2 years of your life are going to require a lot of travel. It's showing up in the strength, so it's a good thing. Here in the strength also, we have the Queen of Wands, we have the Knight of Swords, we have the Queen of Pentacles. So where something has been kind of dragging its feet, where it feels as if things have been stagnant for you, it does feel like it's going to start to speed up very, very quickly. Now, Spirit makes me feel here in the Knight of Swords that it has to do with other people's ambitions. So it has to do with, it's very action oriented. It's very driven to succeed. Thinking on your feet is going to be needed, and it feels like others are defending their beliefs to you. Now, it does feel like this is a positive because it's coming up in the strength. So you're going to kind of go with the flow here, and that's going to take you into finding a lot more fulfillment in what you've been doing. Now, there's a need for a shift of focus here in regards to how you're perceiving things. It does feel as if, I keep getting lost in the fray, that kind of term or feeling. You're getting lost in other people's actions, getting lost in what is required from you in a family situation, and kind of losing yourself in all of that, and really not having what you need to do to focus on you. Now, I do feel that for some of you, it does happen here and there, but it's temporary. It's kind of like this temporary fix. So in the strength position, what I have you doing here is focusing on your money. You're going to start to nurture what's practical and provide financial contributions that are meaningful to you. So if you are in a job, I do feel as if you may be stepping away into something, or stepping like a lateral move into something that's much more fulfilling, or a different department, something like that. And for others of you, I do feel like you starting like a hiring process again, right? Because that's coming up in the Queen of Pentacles. It's in the strength position. And here in the Queen of Wands, right, we've got two queens in the strength position, and that shows really a lot of courage, confidence, independence, focus, zest for life, determination, and joy returning into your energy when you can get this kind of work situation figured out. Now, Spirit makes me feel here that they're saying not to give up, right? Not to give up. Keep on looking. We're going through a period of time, Spirit makes me feel here, where there's been so much upheaval, and there's been so much despair in the work environment, that the people that are remaining in their work environments, right? And what I mean by that, the way Spirit makes me see it is, there are people that have taken the pandemic, and necessity drives the mother of invention, and they have created a new path for themselves in regards to side hustles, new businesses, stuff like that. But what it feels like for you, Gemini, is that you're now kind of coming into that type of energy where you're going to be looking at what you can do independently as a contractor, even though you may not see yourself as a business person, or maybe not have that acumen, or maybe not feel the confidence that you need to have that. You have a lot of skill, and the people that need your help are kind of right there around you. So it's not reinventing the wheel. It's kind of looking and talking to people around you, networking and understanding how you can begin to bring some ideas together into what, any business is always a side hustle in the beginning. I mean, unless you're born with a silver spoon and can bankroll a lot of money to elevate a new idea, no matter what you're doing in business starts off as a side hustle until unless you're doing something where you've already built a base and foundation, and you're just now tapping into that. But even that is a side hustle. So until it grows into something larger, bigger, and more sustainable. So new ideas are coming to you, and you're beginning to, like I said, this feeling of taking lemons and making lemonade is coming out very strongly. Here in the outcome, we have energy. So you're going to find yourself a light inside by my fire divine. Energy fill me, make me shine. So here, you know, you've got a lot of fours in your oracle card. You've got it here in the beauty card. You've got it here in safe travels, and you've got it here in the energy card. And so what we have is this movement towards internal stability and understanding that what you're, you know, the sacrifice that you've made over a long period of time, it is now time for you to focus on you. It is now time to take that energy and your skill set and to start to market it out, right? So I'm not so certain that it's in the normal way of getting a job. It feels like, you know, in the beginning, maybe that's what you do because that's what you know and that's what makes sense, right? Look for jobs, fill out an application. But what it feels like more of is tapping into the resources that you already have and doing the narrative of who you are and being able to formulate a small business of consulting. That really is coming forward really strongly. Here in the outcome, we have the Seven of Cups, right? So there are lots of options. You're very talented and very smart, Gemini. And so once you start looking for opportunities, the opportunities are there. Now, there's a little bit of self-doubt going on here because a part of you feels like, well, that's just wishful thinking. However, in building some type of consulting work, you have to make a choice and you have to understand that in the beginning it is just a thought. In the beginning it is an image. In the beginning it is really wishful thinking. Because, you know, I don't know, take this lamp over here. Somebody had to think first of an idea of a lamp for it to become a lamp, right? And if you, I don't know if you can see it, but this is kind of like those crystals. It's a crystal lamp. And so somebody had to have the idea of why aren't there crystal lamps? Why can't we make this into a lamp? Where you never used to see them before, somebody had the idea of, you know what, I like glass, I like the way it looks, I love crystals, I'm going to make a crystal lamp. And voila, here it is on my table, right? And so it does feel like wishful thinking because maybe some of the ideas that you have never been tried before and they seem kind of a little bit outrageous. However, there's always a market if you look for it. Here in the King of Cups, what we have you is emotionally balanced in the outcome, compassionate, diplomatic, in control of you, finding that internal balance and being a supportive leader. So what it makes me feel like is that once you start to, you know, everything is about mindset. Everything. If you think you can, you can. If you think you can't, you can't, right? And once you understand that you can, then you will be able to put one foot in front of the other and you will have this kind of internal balance that you've been seeking. Now, there is nothing in regards to whether you have a job or whether it has to do with creating a new business. Nothing is without hard work. Whoever tells you that you can do something for nothing is out of their mind, because that might happen to 1 in a million people, but it's not the norm. All right, so energy is required. It shows that it's coming up here, and it shows that once you're sitting in that energy, Spirit makes me feel like 3. Once you have 3 clients, you will begin to build the confidence that you need to get the 4th and then the 5th and then the 6th. And you'll begin to start putting that energy out there. Now, whatever you put out comes back to you. If you put out negativity, if you put out self-doubt, that's what you attract, right? The universe meets you where you are. So, you know, it is important to strive for more if you want more fulfillment. And not to worry about what others think. Now, your empathy and your compassion is something that is going to be a part of whatever this is that you're creating here. Your ability to be strong and reach out to others, and you have a likability factor about you, Gemini, that you'll be surprised that once you begin to put one foot in front of the other, you'll begin to see that these ideas will take place and begin to take root. Here in the Five of Wands in the reverse, we have that internal conflict ending in the outcome. We have avoiding internal conflict now, respecting differences and agreeing to disagree. Now, there's a lot of diversity coming your way. And so the situation that you're going into feels like you're going to meet a lot of different type of people that are very different than you. And if you, that feels like it's coming your way. It's coming your way with safe travel here. Here in the final card, here in the King of Wands, Spirit, bring it forward for the outcome. Natural leader, visionary, entrepreneur, big picture leader, overcoming challenges, mature and career focused. So that's basically what's going on now, Gemini. You're very career focused. Now, when this comes up in a reading, do me a favor, jump on the bandwagon and follow that energy. You know, it's very important if this reading is for you. If the energy comes out, it means the energy is for you, and that's the energy that you're sitting in. So for example, there are readings that I do where patience is needed, divine timing is needed, and all of that kind of stuff will come out in a reading. And so when you're trying to make something happen where patience is needed, it feels like you're swimming upstream. But when the energy comes out that it's now there, and there's movement, and there's fast moving energy, and there's practical decisions being made, and there is sowing your seeds in order to get your own rewards, self-sufficiency, and having that internal desire. When that type of energy comes out and you don't act upon it, it's just going to pass you by, because it's not going to stay there forever. Nothing stays there forever, right? So our energy changes consistently and constantly. So now that you're coming out of this energy where it's important to look at other people's needs, it's really important now the focus is back on you, to focus on yourself, to go inward, meditate, silence that internal critical voice, and to move forward in a way that will produce the type of outcome that you're looking for. Now, if you don't know what kind of outcome that you're looking for, break it down, right? If it's money that you need, focus on the money. If it is a friendship that you need and a social circle, focus on that when you're developing your business ideas. If it is being of service to others, if it is using your experience, focus on that. But decide what is the most important to you, and then take it from there. One step always leads to the next, but you got to start with that first step. Now, for those of you that are struggling with this, if you look in my description box, there is a, in the description, I do life coaching. I am a clinical psychologist. I've been an international life coach for a very long time, for decades now. So if you're struggling with this, it's not like therapy where you need to basically have lots of sessions to solve a problem. Life coaching is the kind of thing where you go in and out of it. And so I have people that just come for one session. I have others that they're working on certain goals. I deal with a lot of professionals, a lot of people that are transitioning from one career field to the next, a lot of people that are at the top of their career field and now they're experts in their field. And then there's everything in between. So if you're struggling with that, or if you need a reading yourself, please check out the description box. You can email me at howlovetarot@gmail.com, and that's the name of my channel, and I will get back to you. But Gemini, the energy is there for you right now to take action in regards to yourself, to focus on yourself, because you have to look at this time next year. This time next year, do you want to be where you are right now? You know, look at where you are right now. Or do you want to be somewhere else? And if you want to be somewhere else, what does it look like? And so you're going to have to, wherever you want to be next year, now is the time to begin to make that decision and to take action to get to where you want to go next year. Because whether you like it or not, this time next year is going to be here sooner rather than later. So now is the time. Gemini, I hope the reading helped, and please hit like, subscribe, share the reading, and I hope it was helpful, and I will talk to you soon.